How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about what it is that will shift you into the positive energy. If you're looking around and you don't see the path ahead, we're going to talk about something that you probably don't realize that once you do, will show you where to go. And I can't wait to share it with you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that resonates with you in this episode, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me know what is powerful, what moves you, what encourages you to grow, but someone else might read that comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and doing it together would be the best way. So whether you leave a comment or share it with somebody that you think it would resonate with, I could never thank you enough, and I'm so thankful to just grow together. But let's dive into today's episode. So something that we have to understand, it's your internal state that ultimately matters. There's nothing external that will actually fulfill you. We can chase things, we can get the nice car, we can get the house, we can get the job, we can get those experiences, and they might feel good. I'm not saying that they're bad, but they won't fulfill you within. You see, your perspective, your internal state, the energy that you operate in, or the frequency that you operate in, is the most important thing. And I say that because we keep judging ourselves, and this is me too, but also I'm sure we keep judging ourselves on the externals of other people. You see, we see how they talk, we see the things they have, we see the lives they live, we see the persona that they put on, and then we compare that to our internal state. And see, you cannot do that. Somebody can make things look okay. They can make it look like they have everything working out, that they know the right things, they say the right things, they're just Mr. Perfect or Mr. Perfect, or they live this amazing life. And then you see that, and then you compare it to your internal state. You see, you don't compare it necessarily to your external. You might say, oh, I have this car and they have that car, but ultimately you resonate with your internal. You cannot do that. The only thing that matters is where you stand in the inside, how you're feeling, your perspective, how far can you see beyond self. Those are the only things that matter. Don't allow yourself to judge yourself, especially with social media. You see, you can get on there and it looks like everyone's living their best life, but that's their highlight reel. You have to understand that most people live an experience of putting out highlights, of making sure they look good to everyone else. And I've done this too. This is probably a bigger version of people pleasing, right? This is called people impressing. And so many of us do it. We do it, we watch people do it, and then we compare to something that isn't them. Do not allow comparison to pull you down. Don't look at me and compare yourself. Don't look at somebody else and compare yourself. Only look within. Do you feel fulfilled? If the answer is yes, good. Spend time in that energy. If the answer is no, good. Spend time in that energy. Listen to your soul. Listen to the inside of you. A lot of people recommend books and things for me to read, and sometimes I do. I'm not against reading or expanding my mind. But I know this. More guidance has been given to me. More answers, more perspective, more powerful thoughts have been given to me from reflecting within, from meditating, from talking to myself, from listening to God, to universe. The answers, the stream of consciousness that flows to me that way is more powerful than anything I could ever read, anything I could ever see, anything that could ever inspire me externally. And it's the same for you. Don't look external, look internal. Always. Do not compare other highlights or other people's highlights to your life, your internal state. This is the most freeing exercise you could get when you no longer carry the weight of the expectation of what you think you should be doing and only focus on your internal state. That becomes the journey. It becomes the path. And most importantly, it becomes the experience, which all this is. You are here having an experience. That's it. You're not having a life. You're not living a job. You're not doing all those things. Like, that's not it. That's something you're experiencing. It's all an experience for you to grow internally. It's all an experience for you to learn, to expand, to love, to forgive, to hurt, to have pain, to lose, to win. All of those things are just experiences for you to have perspective. So, of course, recognize people's successes. Tell them good job. Give them thanks for showing the amazing thing. But do not judge. Do not compare yourself, because it's not a fair comparison. Your experience is not their experience. They need you for their experience to be complete, just as you need them for your experience to complete, but they do not define you. They do not dictate your value. They do not set the bar for what you should be doing. It can't be that way. It can't, because we're growing abundantly. Your path, your pain, your healing is unique. Their path, their healing, their pain is unique. But when you do it, when each of us does it, when I heal and grow and gain better perspective, when you heal and grow and gain more powerful perspective, we spread love. We spread the highest frequency. We heal others. That's what we do. So if you've been comparing yourself recently, if you've been looking across the street and you see the car that they have and you look at yours and you're not satisfied, if you look through, Facebook or something like that and you see people you went to school with and they've got this new job or they've done this and you start comparing yourself, don't do it. All you're doing is lowering your frequency. When you see things that you don't have and you desire them, which is what happens when we compare, you are reaffirming and building the lack within you. The law of attraction is always working. So if you are thinking in lack, you will attract more opportunities to experience lack. Look at the souls. Look at the energies and start with your own and fulfill that. When you see somebody accomplish something, ask how they feel. And when they say how they feel, listen to that, resonate with that. Really connect with the internal states. The more you understand about yourself, the more you'll understand about others. If you don't understand someone's success, if you don't understand why somebody is mean, if you don't understand why somebody is happy, it's all within. Because again, your perception is your reflection, meaning the experience you're getting from them really is based upon your state. The world is not as it is as you are. And that's true for everything. The people in it, the actual world, the economy, all of those things, they are not as they are. Meaning nobody's experienced the same thing equally. Everyone's taken away something different. So stop looking at the external for yourself and others. Those things don't actually matter. None of that goes with us. Nobody has an experience on earth that lasts forever. You might come back again and again, but that's probably a different conversation. But this experience, the stuff you have, the person you are, the way your body looks, all of those things, just make them better. Increase them, love them, expand them, but don't envy them. Don't compare yourself to them. Don't have judgment against yourself for not being there. That's no way to grow. That's only how you attract more lack. Expand your mind, practice gratitude, live in love, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on how to understand yourself and relieve yourself from the pain, the hurt of comparison that it always causes. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group, all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to level up, if you're listening to these episodes and you know you want the change, you want to work with somebody, this is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I help people become the version of them that they want, whether it's healing from trauma, whether it's building a positive future, whatever it is, you want to expand your wealth. This is what I do. I actually have 2 programs right now. Of course, I have the one-on-one coaching program, which I love working with people one-on-one, but I also have the group with my partner, Eric McAvoy, Freedom Fundamentals. We dive into health, wealth, and happiness. It's a group format, so it's a great way to expand with other people. We talk about mindset, of course, building that up, but we also get into real estate, how you can make money in real estate. So if you're interested in either of those programs, you can reach out to me via Instagram, which is probably the best way, but there's also a link down below. If you fill that out, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.